are back. It is definitely that time again. We're back on If These Walls Could Talk. We're talking that talk with all the ladies as we should be. Me, I'm your host, Dita, as you already know. I got my girl, Miss Candy, on the side with me. Tricky Trey's in the building. Big Maya. Oh, I'm sorry, Lady T in the back. We got Miss Nita and Marty's in the building, and Shan. You already know she's talking mad shit. Okay. All right, our next topic for tonight is definitely going to be a big one. We're talking about the new Jim Crow law. If nobody knows what Jim Crow law is, that means that they are allowing segregation. They did pass this law in Jackson, Mississippi. So now in Jackson, Mississippi, if you are black, you will go to a black judge. If you are black, you will go to your own area. So we're definitely going to talk about the situation because as of now, they're talking about how this can affect everyone else, especially down south, because now that you're not able to vote, because in Jackson you can't vote if you're black. You gotta think about that. When the Jim Crow law comes across, you don't have your rights like we fought for all this time. So I'm glad my girl put me onto this shit. She did let me know about it. So we definitely gonna talk about this. So my thing is this, as me and her was talking about, we was discussing how black people are not the same as we used to be. We're not as brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, in y'all opinions, y'all think this is gonna start like I don't wanna say a war, or is it taking us back to, years ago? You know what I mean? So, we can go ahead and discuss it however y'all want to discuss it really at this point. So, Shannon, go ahead and hear your opinion on this.
I really feel like that's a bug. Just like you said, we are not our ancestors. It's not gonna fly like that, and I really think it's gonna start a war. I feel like it because everybody we got rights.
But that's what they want.
I know that's exactly what they want. So it is what they want.
They knew when they did that.
They want us back in
and they accepted it.
Right.
Well, technically, so this is what I looked up. Let me make this something real clear though, because this is what I did find out. I had to look it up to just see for myself what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like we allowed it. They actually went around black people, and because that state is more Republican, they actually went without our votes and made this law come true. So it wasn't like we had a say-so in it.
We don't have a say-so.
I don't believe that though.
But let me say
I
this.
feel like when you have a president, you vote for your president, right? After you vote for your president, you vote who you want in Congress, in the Senate, and it comes after the president votes. So I feel like black people gather together to go vote for the president. But what you don't understand is that you need to vote for your Congress and your Senate and your local legislation too. And we don't do that. We only come together for that one thing. Who's gonna be the president? We don't care about who. But listen, the president can say, I want this to happen. But everybody in that Congress and that Senate has to agree, vote, and it has to be a majority. And the seats matter. The seats in that district matter. So Mississippi is Republican. If you have more Republicans than you have Democrats, then your law is not going to be passed. And Republicans do not want. That's what I'm saying. It got passed because we don't vote. Right. Period. We don't vote.
And 50% is.
We don't vote when it counts.
But
They don't vote.
we do vote.
We don't like nobody.
I said we don't like nobody.
I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead. Say what you about to say. I said I want you to talk. No, I said. Say what you about to say. Come on.
But here's the thing with that.
Hold on.
Here's the situation with that.
Here's the Ray.
My bad. The podcast is lit.
Come on, Maya. Go ahead. I can't. She acting like hold on, time out. What's back here? Because
That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
All right.
I love it.
Go ahead, Shemaya. Go ahead.
But here's the thing, when it comes to that bullshit with the Democrats and all this bullshit, here's the thing. You motherfuckers passed this law. right? We got other motherfucking states
Hey,
now.
the motherfucker
So here's the thing.
talking now.
Here's the thing. I got shit in storage in Atlanta.
What does that have to do with the private theater?
I'm about to let you know. I'm about to tell you right now. I'm about to tell you why. Because they done started some shit.
So, y'all don't think that this is all...
Hold on, mama. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to tell y'all. I'm about to tell y'all how I feel about this shit.
Go ahead, girl, go ahead.
Okay? I moved to Atlanta. I left Atlanta. I was on my way back. Hold on. It doesn't matter.
Well,
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to my story. Okay?
Tell your story. I need to hear the story because I need to hear. I don't hear it.
If they passed that shit in Mississippi,
Hold on. Let her tell her story. Go
I
ahead.
want y'all to use your brain.
Go ahead. Shush. Hey. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is I'm paying for storage down in Atlanta. Okay?
For what?
For
No, don't
Don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
in Atlanta, my storage with all my furniture, washing machines, and dryers. Okay? But Mississippi done passed this dumbass Jim Crow law. Now I feel like I want to get my shit out of storage. Why? Because they are down south, and now we gotta wait for Atlanta, Tennessee, North Carolina. We gotta wait for them, cause you know what? New York City and Jersey, New York City. We not changing our laws. But y'all some nasty, dirty dogs. Atlanta might do it. They got a motherfucking street called Plantation Road. I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna still pay for my storage, so when it get better, I'm gonna go back. But other than that, I'm gonna stay here. Cause we don't got Jim Crow laws. We don't got them kind of motherfucking problems.
Right.
We got baby daddy, drug dealer, beat up bitch ass, rob you tomorrow, rob you today.
Hold on.
But we don't got Jim Crow laws. We don't got Jim Crow laws in New York City.
Hold on.
Not New York State. Not the United States of America.
No.
With you.
Y'all keep that filthy ass shit down there. Where it started. Cause that's where it started.
It's down south. Hold on, time out. Hold on, wait. Wait.
All them black people down there, that law should have never passed.
Hold on, Shamaya. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Fuck out of here.
Wait a minute. Listen.
You got Uncle Tom.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
Massa. I stay in the house. I'll get these niggas out of control. They still down there. They mind think like that. No, our mind, New York mind, Rochester, New York State, anybody under the fucking United States thinks like this. You try me, I try you.
Wait a minute, Shamaya.
You fuck with me, I fuck with you.
Hey, Shamaya.
But that down south shit, that shit ain't right.
I need y'all.
Stick a nigga in your neck, bitch, you got to die.
Hold on, Shamaya. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me let her talk.
Not the little one.
Yeah, hold on. Time out. It's okay. Okay,
No, we talking about real shit. We not doing that.
She about to talk now.
Hold on.
Oh, now it's her turn. Don't interrupt me.
No, I'm not.
Let me give her a chance.
Okay.
Cause I was done talking.
Okay.
Till you said Big Maya, not the little one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Cause I got family down south. I don't know about y'all, but I got family down south and I got family up right here.
We got family outside.
Bitch. And I done been there. I done moved all my furniture my whole life over there. And came back. Cause I ain't like it. And guess what? I paid for storage every month for 3 years.
Stop.
3 years I've been paying for storage.
Listen. Okay, hold on. Time out. All right.
Now
Go
you're
ahead,
talking about
Steve.
some
Say
Jim
what you
Crow.
about to
Who the fuck is Jim Crow? I didn't never knew Jim Crow. Fuck that nigga. Jim Crow law is fucked up.
It is.
Hold on. Let me let her speak. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I feel as though it's all designed and crooked. I feel like, yes, we don't as black people vote the way we're supposed to, and we don't, stand up for things that as we should. But at the end of the day, I really feel like it's a crooked world. The justice system, all of it is all fucked up and designed. So we can do what we can do as people, but it's crooked.
But still,
But we don't do it.
Shit, I like it.
Nah, it can change. I think think it can change.
If we get the right
But what's happening
What's
is
next?
the change is happening, but it's happening in such a negative way that we all like, what is happening to this
No,
world?
the change is
Wait,
happening,
wait.
and y'all not paying
Let her
attention
finish.
to
I know,
the
let her
change.
finish.
Yeah, it is. I think that it's happening to the whole world.
Marissa said, I got you.
It's happening to the whole world. It's
Okay.
happening to everybody.
Here it is.
Okay, go ahead,
You
Mom.
got niggas talking about we love Donald Trump.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
What the
Wait a
fuck?
minute.
Yeah, that's the crooked.
Cause he gave you,
Wait.
cause he gave you 2 checks. Now y'all love Donald Trump. He only gave you 2 of them.
I don't know. The devil is
Hold
alive.
on. Go ahead, Marty. I want to hear what she got to say. Hush real quick. Go ahead, Marty.
Girl,
I am a
yes you
full
did.
Puerto Rican.
Everybody got something from Donald Trump.
Puerto Rican.
You only claim Puerto Rican when you
did
drunk.
not know.
When you ain't drunk, you're black.
Puerto Rican.
When you're not drunk, you're black. You only claim Puerto Rican when you're drunk.
It doesn't matter. Let my friend speak for her people.
Yes, go ahead. Let me hear this. Go ahead.
I'm a full Puerto Rican. I didn't know how to speak my damn word until I got to 10th grade. Okay? I didn't know what was black, what was white, what was Puerto Rican.
A lot of kids don't know it.
Okay.
You knew it was Puerto Rican. You Puerto Rican.
Nice expertise. But we're not doing all that. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that though. I wanted to say was that people like I thought you don't even know what to say right now.
Boy, your mouth.
Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
You said what? Say it again.
I said because she was darker than me, I thought she was better than me. Because I was light skinned.
Wait, let her speak.
Light skinned people don't. Back in the days, they didn't care about us. All they wanted was dark skinned girls. Back in the days, it was a racist shit.
Was that?
In my 90s days, my 70s
Usually
days,
it was the light skinned bitches.
it was just
And we was the black bitches.
Hold on,
That's
time
another
out.
story.
Let her talk. Wait a minute. Time out. Let her speak. Wait a minute. Hey, let her speak her truth.
Go and do it. Like we had to run through our shit. Like
Hey.
why we had to
Them
be
little bitches drunk my bottom.
the darker women, white
Hey, please.
They shot that. My shit was right here.
Hold on. Pause real quick.
Nobody talking.
Hey, yo, no, seriously, everybody stop. Because she's speaking some real shit and she's telling her truth. I need all y'all just chill for a minute. Let her say what she got to say.
Talk in the microphone.
I want her to say what she has to say.
Not the cameraman got
All I
it.
wanted to do.
So why
Yeah,
you
but he
even
can't
talking?
hear her.
Yeah.
Why you is
Gravy.
darker and prettier than me, then I'm light skinned than you to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
And in her mind, you might be prettier than her. You see? It's always the opposite. It's always the opposite. You can be the most.
women that was
Listen,
darkest.
it's about self-control.
Where were you?
Hey.
Where were you back then?
No.
Where were you?
No.
Wait.
Where did you live?
That shit is about self-control.
Oh, J Street. Okay.
Hold on.
The women that came, it was the dark women. No light skinned women.
See, I come from the total opposite spectrum.
Light-skinned women was banging. Dark-skinned women wasn't shit.
Porsche niggas. You get these black people.
So I don't know where the fuck these bitches came
The
from.
lighter, the more attention you got, the more
I think
popular.
that was in the 90s.
I don't mean it that way. I was the only
90s,
dark skin
70s.
in my household.
In the 90s or the,
My
or
household.
the 2000s.
See,
Okay,
now
I did
I
that.
come from a household full of light skins.
Right.
I always made myself be the different standout, like, hey, because nobody was dark like me. So I felt like I was something special because my mom, my aunts, my grandma, my sister, everybody is all, and I had my own saying for them. Oh, piss color. Oh, piss yellow color.
Okay, hold on.
My grandmother,
Everybody.
with good hair, with the good roots, with the good roots. We was the dark-skinned bitches, the bitches.
Hold on.
So I got to see it different because of the color of my
I
hair.
think I dropped my drink.
Listen, I want to hear. Wait.
I'm talking
Hey.
shit. Shut up, bitch.
Designer, hold on. I'm keep going. Hold on. No, wait. Come on, I'm going
me,
Hey.
I can resonate with her because what she's saying is exactly how I grew up. My sister, my brother, dark skinned, and me, dark skinned. My mom, my grandmother, my aunt, all light skinned. All light skinned. With
So
good
what
hair.
I'm
My mother is your Becky complexion. with the good.
what
Understand
I'm
that?
doing.
No, for the people.
Uh-huh.
They was Indian. They got all the silky.
I know.
Bitch, I be jamming my shit down.
If
Dying.
it wasn't for my daddy and my mom and them, they never like talked down on us. They never treated us different. But they didn't understand logically how we were treated different.
Right.
If it wasn't for my daddy family, who everybody is chocolate, baby, we wouldn't understand how beautiful we were.
Right.
My grandmother is like Dominican Indian. Her skin complexion is
Different.
how my skin looks
Her hair
with the
different.
chocolate mix. But they didn't understand what we was going through. My Aunt Gloria, swear to God, she wouldn't let nobody buy us a doll. that wasn't
Not
our color.
damn $1.
If it was a white doll, she
You
would
send it back. We
She
can,
wouldn't let
send it
my
back.
and it'd be our favorite doll.
Let her
But we
finish.
could not play with it. Am I lying?
No.
It'd be our favorite fucking doll. But we could not play with it. She would take that shit. Because them bitches had to buy us a black doll.
It was hard for us too because we're Puerto Rican and black. We can't
They got
fit
Puerto
in with
Rican
the
dolls.
blacks. We can't fit in with the Puerto Ricans.
Oh, they got the
Black
white
for the
dolls
Puerto
with the
Rican,
tan hair.
Puerto Rican for the black. So, but growing up around my Puerto Rican family, they identified because they're the white Puerto Ricans.
Right.
They got blue eyes, green eyes.
don't want you.
They identify as white. Everything they do, the Noxzema, all that shit, like the fucking all white. You know what I'm saying? So me coming and they couldn't do our hair. They couldn't do our fucking hair because our hair was curly, it was straight, it was tangled.
Dominican.
Fuck it, we got braids in the front of our hair, all types of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody goes through their own colorism at the end of the day. That's what we gotta realize at the end of the day.
But that shit is learning experience because it travels from you to your kids, to your grandkids, to your siblings. That's traveling and learning behavior. Everything is a learned behavior. We learned that, yes it is. Yes it is. We couldn't have no KDs. KDs. Could we have a white doll?
No,
Who bought one?
none of us.
Guess what happened to it when it got bought?
Took it back in the garbage.
Bitch, it wasn't, we didn't, hey, KDs, we didn't play with it. Let me tell you something. This how you know.
They only had the one because they didn't make many of our dolls.
Right.
And if my mom
Back then they did not really.
my
But-
mom happened to be going real hard, she
never
would
had a
get
white
me
doll.
a light skinned tan looking.
Yeah, I-
Okay, hold on, time out. All right, let me let Candy speak.
We would get them and they would take them from us. They would take them. They would take them. You can never play with no fucking white dolls. On Jesus. Them bitches had the prettiest hair.
Hold on, Shamaya.
They gave us dolls.
Shamaya.
Them bitches had kinky hair. But the white dolls, silky hair.
Wanted my hair straight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
That's why.
I'm sorry, it's lying.
They didn't realize how beautiful my
Black women do hair like
Shamaya.
You know what I'm saying?
Shamaya.
And I dyed it and I
And I
did
painted
it.
it.
Welcome to the party family.
Hey,
I had to print my hair too.
Hey, can I let Candy speak, please? Everybody smoke. I'm trying to go around the room. Look at this one.
Who drink is that? This spilled up my whole ass.
I thought it was gonna be everybody. No, it does. It goes together. But that's real shit. That's why I said everybody shut up, because she was really talking on some shit right there. And I seen you get a little emotional too.
Next year.
You know, so that's real shit, and I'm glad that came out.
So for me, hearing about the Jim Crow law come back is very, very disheartening. For one, the people Jackson, Mississippi, I'm sure they're having a very hard time with it. But I have a story when I was younger. I was 10 years old, going on 11. My biological father took me actually to Jackson, Mississippi, where he's from. And I was supposed to come back at a certain time, and he kept me. So my mom ended up having to call the FBI, the IRS, anybody you can name to try to find me. Long story short, we ran out of food. We were in a back alley, and I just remember all these trucks and stuff passing by. Cars, men were circling the car. So at that point, he had to throw me on the floor of the seat because they were trying to hang us and kill us. But unfortunately, fortunately, that's what I'm going to say. Fortunately, we were able to get out of there, get to safety, and we started coming back to Rochester, and he actually brought me back to my mom. And this is a story that I've never told anybody because it's real. First of all, it's uncomfortable, sad, and it took a big impact on my life because I already, at a young age, was being bullied on and talked about because of the darkness of my skin. So with that happening, with all the other stuff that was going on in my life, that was very, scary to me. And it has a lasting life effect on me. So, and a lot of people don't know that because I don't talk about it. So this is my first time talking about it. I feel like it should be heard because of what's going on over there, and it's very disheartening. So,
do you feel differently towards other races because of it?
I wouldn't say I feel differently because everyone's not the same, but there are some Caucasian people that will remind you of it. There are people that still have a color issue of my skin, and I, for one, love the color of my skin now. But I don't say I want to feel different about them, but I am very high alert, like to how I open up to people or how I am acting around another race. Yes.
So you change your character around other races due to it?
I wouldn't say I changed my character. I used to dim my light, but now it's like when I speak around Caucasian people, because I know I can't say the other word, I get a lot of times that I'm intimidating to them because they can't believe how intelligent I am, as they will say. Very articulate when I speak, so it's kind of surprising to them. So I don't change my character, but I can change the way I speak, the way I act, and it depends on my environment. And I was taught that years ago from my great grandmother. So.